If I wanted to walk a straight and narrow path, I'll be with Martell. Martell somewhere crying on live because I'm on live with my baby daddy, Paris daddy. Martell is for the streets. And this sitting up here trying to be on live and justify the fact that her nigga cheating with whoever he cheating with. This bitch on live probably somewhere sad crying because her nigga ain't told her the truth. And y'all still worried about Martell saying I'm 15% the whole time he's somewhere saying, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I love you. Martell. Like, what is wrong with y'all? If I wanted to walk a straight and narrow path, I'll be.
For many years, Arionne Curry has been connected to Love and Marriage Huntsville, but she has never actually appeared on the show. She has been involved in real-life drama, mostly because of her relationship with Martell Holt, one of the main cast members. Despite her presence in the background of the story, fans never saw her on screen. People expected that someday she would finally be part of the show, especially since Martell's personal life kept making news. However, now that season 10 has been officially announced and the new trailer is out, it's clear that Carlos King, the show's producer, has decided not to include Arionne. She's missing from the cast photo. She's not in the trailer at all. No one even mentions her name. This absence is a big deal for fans who have been guessing.
It's time to get off live then.
No, it ain't. Oh, you forgot you weren't supposed to go live anyway. Remember?
Well, I just want to say hi to my people.
For months that Arionne might appear this season. Some thought she would come back to stir things up, especially because there has been so much online talk about Martell's past and the ongoing tension between him and Melody Holt, his wife. But the trailer made one thing very clear. Carlos is sticking with the main group of cast members. This includes couples like Letitia and Moreau, Kimmy and Morris, Destiny, Tiffany and Louie, and Chris and Nell. Martell is still there too, but Arionne was left out completely. Not just ignored, it was like she didn't exist in this new chapter. This decision feels like Carlos is drawing a clear line. It might even mean more than just a casting choice. Many fans believe there is something going on behind the scenes that led to her being cut from the show. Not because she didn't bring drama, actually.
These men, they come and go. But as women, we have to have a certain amount of respect for one another as to where, you're looking at a man like, regardless of what he told you, you have to get it together. And this too shall pass because Arionne been that all her life.
Been involved in plenty. Reports say Arionne asked to be shown only under her terms threatened legal action and made things difficult for the production team. This kind of behavior doesn't sit well with a network like OWN or a producer like Carlos, who is known for carefully shaping the story instead of just chasing scandal. Carlos has often said that Love and Marriage Huntsville is about real relationships, personal growth, and showing Black love in many different ways. Arionne's storyline, however, never moved beyond the cheating scandal. She never grew in the public eye, never really connected with viewers, and never took control of her story. She stayed on the outside, and maybe that's exactly where Carlos wants her to be. This outcome probably didn't happen overnight. It likely built up over a long time. Let's go back to the start. Arionne Curry, also known as Kate.
Life is good, God is good, okay? So, in case you missed the other live earlier, I need a bag, so I had to... So, in real life, I always call Marlo, okay? I always call Marlo when I'm out shopping because she is my person. So, y'all get a chance to see who I am in my real life, not stuff you hear about.
Law among fans has been part of the Love and Marriage Huntsville talk since the beginning. Her link to Martell Holt, especially the affair that happened while he was still married to Melody Holt, was one of the biggest controversies the show ever saw. Even though she was never shown on camera, people always talked about her behind the scenes. Martell and Melody's marriage was falling apart, and Arionne was right in the middle of it. She even had a child with Martell while he was married, which shocked many fans and changed the whole story for the cast. Viewers were surprised that someone who had such a huge impact on the lives of the cast members never appeared on the program. People started calling her the invisible cast member. She was involved in every fight, rumor, and meltdown connected to the show. While some fans wanted her to stay away, others were curious. They wanted to hear her side of the story and see her talk openly about what really happened between her and Martell, but season after season, that never happened. Instead, Arionne stayed active on social media, throwing shade at the cast, calling out Carlos King, and complaining about being used for a story without getting paid. Despite all the drama, she never signed a contract to join the show. When season 10 was announced, many people thought things might change. The show was promising new twists, fresh conflicts, and more honest moments. Fans believed this could be the season where Arionne finally stepped in and turned everything upside down. But when the official trailer came out, it shocked viewers. Everyone was paying close attention, but it was what they didn't see that caused the biggest reaction. All the main cast members were there. Letitia and Mauro, Kimmy and Morris, Destiny, Chris and Nell, Tiffany and Louie, and Martell Holt. But Arionne was nowhere to be found. That silence spoke volumes. The cast photo was neat and perfect. The trailer was tight and well-edited, focusing only on real relationships and current problems. There were no surprise appearances, no brief cameos, and no unnecessary drama just to grab attention. Carlos's message was clear. This is the direction the show is going. And Arionne Curry will not be part of it. If you think this is just a simple decision by the producers, things get even more complicated. People close to the show say that Arionne was almost brought back last season. Carlos knew her presence would add excitement because some storylines were getting stale. And honestly, having Arionne around would have guaranteed viewers' attention. But according to sources, things quickly went wrong. Arionne wanted a lot of control over how she was shown on camera. She demanded creative say in her storyline, insisted on approving how she would look on the show, and even had strong opinions about how other cast members should be handled. These demands didn't sit well with the team. When production wants to tell a story, it's difficult if a cast member is controlling every detail. That kind of situation makes the process harder for everyone and can damage the show's overall vibe. Carlos and OWN seem to prefer working with people who are open to being part of a bigger story, not just trying to control their own narrative. This tension likely played a big role in Arionne not making the cut in the end. Arionne Curry's story on love and marriage, Huntsville, is one of missed opportunities and complicated feelings. She has been tied to some of the biggest moments on the show, but stayed behind the scenes. Whether or not she returns in the future remains uncertain. For now, it looks like the show will focus on its core cast and leave Arionne's story in the past. There was no back and forth or negotiation when it came to her demands. It was more like a list of must-haves. People close to the situation say she even tried to leak private chats between the cast members to stir things up and pressure the producers, but it didn't stop there. Rumor has it she threatened to sue if Carlos used her on the show without her say-so. That threat alone made the network hit the brakes hard. They didn't want to deal with a legal fight, especially with someone who wasn't even officially signed to the show. Carlos, the producer, isn't new to handling drama. He's built his reputation on casting people who bring real energy but still follow the rules of the show. So while she was chasing a contract and her shot at the spotlight, the producers were quietly shutting the door behind her. Martell Holt was once the only connection Arionne Curry had to the world of love and marriage on the show. For a while, that kept her in the conversation. Their relationship was the center of the drama around Martell's divorce. Every time Martell and Melody clashed, her name came up, even if it wasn't said out loud. She was the reason things fell apart, the spark behind the arguments, and the unspoken problem in every scene about Martel's child from outside the marriage. But now, it looks like even Martel is moving on, not just in real life, but on the show, too. In interviews and public events, Martel doesn't bring up Arionne. When he talks about co-parenting or his life after divorce, there's no mention of her, no hint that he wants her back on the show. That silence speaks volumes. If you've seen the season 10 trailer, you know Martel is still around, but the focus has changed. This time, his drama is about new conflicts with the cast, leftover issues with Melody, and his part in other people's messes. Arionne, she's not even hinted at once. That's a big change. If there was ever a moment for her to come back into the story, it would have been here. But instead, she's gone invisible again. Fans are pretty sure this was on purpose. Some think Carlos gave Martel a choice behind closed doors. Focus on your own growth and stay with the main cast. Or keep dragging in outside drama and lose your screen time. Let's be honest, Martel needs this platform. It's helped him stay relevant, keep his name out there, and stay visible while dealing with life after his split. Choosing Arionne over the show, that was never going to happen. This isn't just about loyalty anymore. It's a smart move. Martel is stepping back from Arionne because he knows the fans don't connect with her, and the network isn't interested in her drama. Doesn't help move the story forward. And now, both the cast and viewers are ready to move on. But if she's really been shut out, why is Arionne still throwing shade? Right after the season 10 trailer dropped online, she posted cryptic messages on Instagram like, "Let them lie. I know the truth, and God doesn't play about me." Fans have seen